Hey, what up guys? It's Dan and welcome to the very first video for my brand new channel. The channel's called Just Dan because that was literally all I could come up with. I didn't know what to call the channel, so we called it Just Dan, so that's what it is. But in today's episode, we're going to be talking about how you can do your very own customization, how you can customize and restore your own putter. So whether it be Scotty Cameron, Bettinardi, really doesn't matter what brand putter it is. Today we're going to be working on a studio style Newport 2. I've already done a soak in it. I'm going to explain all the steps on what you need to do to actually get your putter's paint, the original paint off of the putter, and then how we're going to strip everything down, how to grind it down, how to get all the dents and dings out of it, and then how to repaint fill it. So this is going to be a multi-part video. This is going to be part one. And in today's video, we're going to get the rest of the paint off and start actually getting some of the dents and dings out of it. But before we do anything else, let's go ahead and take a closer look at some of the dents and dings that are currently on the putter. This putter is actually in pretty decent shape. A lot of the putters I work on are not this good a shape, but we're starting off with a pretty easy one. But we're going to show you how to get all these dents and dings out and how to restore it back to close to an original finish in your own garage. So guys, if you'd like to learn how to do your own putter customizations, stay tuned because we're about to show you. Alright, so the very first thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to take a closer look at the putter itself and look at some of the dents, some of the dings, and some of the damage that is on the putter so that you know what it looked like before we got started and what it looks like as a finished product. One of the things I do want to note on this particular putter is I've actually already had started work on this putter before doing this video. So I've already removed some of the paint by doing an acetone bath on the putter, but I'm going to explain how that goes, how you can actually remove the paint step by step right after we take the closer look at this putter. So let's do that right now. So as you can see, the putter's in pretty good shape. We do have a couple dents and dings along the top line and the heel of the putter. The bottom of the putter's pretty beat up, but nothing that we can't handle. But let's take a second to actually talk about what it takes, what the first step is to actually removing the paint. So our first step is going to be doing what's called an acetone bath. This is going to be the easiest way to remove the paint from your putter in the case where you want to remove all of the paint. Now, if you're in a situation where you don't want to remove all the paint from your putter, you just want to remove paint from a specific area of the putter or maybe a specific word or letter, I will give you information on how to do that in just a second. But right now, the acetone bath is pretty simple and pretty straightforward. You're literally you can pick up one of these tins like the one I have at any Home Depot, fill it up with acetone, and you're going to be good to go. Just drop the putter in there for a few hours, and that's it. So sometimes the acetone bath doesn't remove all of the paint. It'll sometimes leave a residual paint behind. So I'm actually going to use some Q-tips and get to work on that and get the rest of that residual paint out of there real quick before we move on to the next step in the process. Alright, so now we actually have most of the paint on the putter head removed. There's a little bit of residual paint there, but almost all of that, well actually all of that is going to come off once I put it in the sandblaster. So because on this particular putter it is going through the sandblast process, I'm not going to worry about getting it completely out because the sandblaster is going to finish that up for me. But I did want to make one quick note. Let's say you didn't want to do the acetone bath. Let's say you don't want to take all the paint off of your putter. You just want to take paint off of one particular spot or a letter or something like that. My suggestion for that, and I can go over this a little bit more thoroughly in just a how to paint fill your putter video down the road, but just real quick, if that's all you're looking for is just how do I remove paint from one spot on my putter, this is my suggestion. You can pick this up at Home Depot. It's called Citrus Strip. It works really, really well. You just take it and put a little dab on the spot that you want to remove the paint from, let it sit there for about 30 to 35 minutes, and then you can pretty much just wipe it away. It won't damage your finish if your finish is steel or like black oxide, but I will let you know that if you have powder coat or any type of paint on your putter, do not use this. I can't stress that enough. If you have powder coat or paint on your putter, do not use this. It will remove powder coat with enough time, and it definitely will remove paint. So you don't want to leave this on anything you only want to put this on like raw steel or maybe some black oxide is fine. It won't remove a black oxide finish, but other than that, you really want to be careful. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and I can answer your questions about what type of finishes it's safe to put this on. But let's move on. The next step in the process is going to be how to actually take the nicks and dings off the putter. So let's get on that right now. So guys, as always, let's keep safety first. One of the most important things you're going to want to do is make sure you're wearing goggles anytime you're running a grinder or working with really any power tools. It's a good idea to wear goggles, and you're definitely going to want to wear a mask of some type. You can wear pretty much any type of mask you'd like, but you definitely do not want to be breathing in the metal dust that you're putting up in the air. You don't want that stuff in your lungs to make you sick and give you all kinds of different diseases or problems. So make sure you wear a mask. Always a good idea. But let's go ahead and get to grinding. Alright, so I actually wanted to show you guys what the putter was going to look like right after it came off the grinder, but sadly my camera died right in the middle of it, and so I missed all that footage. But we're going to go on to the next step, which is sandblasting. We have all the dents and dings removed, and sandblasting is pretty straightforward. I personally use beads, glass beads, because I need a really fine grit to give me a really even finish across the putter. I'm not looking to remove any material from the putter. I'm just trying to even out the finish. So let's take a look at how it looks now. So as you can see, the putter has a nice satin finish. It's very even all the way across. All the dents and dings have been removed. Currently, the last step and the only step left in the process other than the paint fill is going to be to actually do a polish on the sole of the putter, which I'm going to show in just a second. We're going to do a quick polish, and then this putter is going to be ready for paint fill. Alright guys, that's going to be it for me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope that it was informative and that you learned something, and at least you have an idea of what it would take to actually do a restoration, yourself in your own garage. Our next episode, this is part 1, so part 2 is going to be paint fill. We're actually going to go and do the paint fill, and I'm hoping that I can get that done and up for you guys sometime tomorrow. So we're going to talk about paints. We're going to talk about what paint is durable, what paint's going to last, and what it takes, how much you should thin the paint, pretty much everything paint fill, and what I do when I do my paint fill. So that will be tomorrow's episode, hopefully tomorrow, if not the day after that. And then part 3, we're actually going to go on to a different putter, and we're going to talk about powder coating your putter. If you actually want to take your putter from a steel finish to a matte black finish or some other type of finish, it's going to be matte black. That's the one I'm going to do, is I'm going to do matte black. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I hope you guys will join me for part 2 on our next episode. Have a good one, guys.